probably another 5 to 7 minutes. All right, so I think we'll just do what should we do first? I thought about 335, but after that display, maybe we should stick with a weight we think we can do 6 reps of, which I'm thinking we'll try 370 or 330. Or should we do? Actually, let's do 327. 327. So I talked about, comparing Slingshot with and without, or comparing with and without the Slingshot, 6, 8, 10 reps. What weight can I hit for those? That's going to be kind of hard to dial in, right? But then maybe another video, 225 rep out in my, my current condition. This results will vary for people at home. If you have my chest and triceps, but don't have a bad elbow and don't have a bad shoulder, you're probably going to do a hell of a lot more than what I'm doing. Either, raw or with a Slingshot. And that's just, I think, reality. So I think that would make a fun video. It'd be hard to do it in the same video, but doing a 225 max out or some other weight. Maybe I would not do 225. And maybe I would do 225. It just, doing 30 reps or anywhere near 30 reps just takes forever. But that would be a good alternate. You got the strength focused, then working the other muscle fibers doing a lighter weight. So then what else? We've already got a somewhat max out video with the Slingshot. I may just max out without a Slingshot, right? You could go to a bench calculator and look at, assuming I did 280 for 6, 7 reps today, which would be funny because that would be an over 50 PR probably. I think I injured myself when I was 49, so over 50 PR. Both the serious injuries happened at 49. With the elbow hyperextension, the shoulder happened while I was overseas. So those both documented when they happened. Over 2 years ago, basically. And so we know how strong we were right before that happened. But now I do not know what my max bench is. You saw, 280, 6, 7 reps. Bench calculator is probably going to say that's a 300, 320, somewhere in that range probably. And so, which would, with the Slingshot might make sense, right? You doc. We did, what the hell did we do? We do 377? We did 377, I think, over here. Decline's another story. We can do more over there. 20% of, let's say 300 would be 60 pounds. So we'd be, we'd be pretty close. I may, just for shits and giggles, now that I'm warmed up, I may just try and do 315 here after this raw, which might not be such a good idea, but we might do it just to see, hey, can I still do it? And then from that, we would know that it's a less than 20% advantage. I feel pretty warmed up though. This would be the day to do it. I mean, this workout's already gone to shit anyways. The second we failed, that took so much out of me, mentally, physically. And I'm sure, you talk about the psychology working out when you fail like that. That's definitely a downer that day. Hopefully that gets you motivated to come back, push even harder the next time out. Not injure yourself though. I will say on that last set, I didn't really get a good arch. Maybe that was part of the problem. I'll have to watch the tape back. Maybe I'll sit there. One of these days I need to just analyze everything about my bench press. There. Chest feels a little tender. So what did I put on here again? 330? 327. 320. Yeah, 327. All right. So I felt a weight shift and I wasn't so sure. I don't even know if I have the same weight on both sides. Yeah. Minimal weight shift actually. Not enough that I should have felt anything, but ever so slight. One of the 45s moved about a 16th. One moved an 8 to a quarter. The 5 moved about an 1/8. And the 1 pounder moved 1/4 inch. The other side's pretty tight. So I don't think that really made much of a difference. Alright. One more set. One more set of this. I don't think, folks, we're going to do decline today. Decline, you're just going to have to miss out. I honestly, I know flat bench is more popular. Maybe that's why I'm doing more flat, but we're still trying to get our groove back on this. I think I'll put the collars on. I can do more weight on decline. It feels a little better. Not as concerned about hurting my back, not as concerned about my abdominal section. I do feel more pain in my left shoulder, and I have a tendency to go heavier on decline. So those two things, alone make it, actually I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but there's positives, negatives to me doing decline. Ideally, I would just do decline and incline. And I think surprisingly, the reason why I've been relatively strong doing flat bench is because I do those two, and there's got to be some overlap, right? Now, doing all three every week, probably not a good thing. I'm gonna rest up, and we'll probably do incline tomorrow at a Planet Fitness. I just love how much weight I can throw on at Planet Fitness, and pretty much I don't want to say embarrass everybody, but you can see people watching you like, oh well, that guy's got a lot of weight on there, and they probably think, when I have 3 plates on each side, that's 345s. They probably think that I'm only going to do like 2 reps, and then I crank out 8 to 10, depending on whether it's a matrix or a hammer strength. Feels like get more of an advantage on the matrix, but it also shakes a lot more. And the bar is thinner, and I got decent sized hands, but I like the thinner bars. That's why if you see the decline bench, it's got a different bar on it that's got a thinner hand grip on it. I can close my hand around it better, actually. Makes me feel a little more, what's the word? We'll say it makes me feel more one with the bar. Now, same point, because the surface area that's making contact is smaller, it is adding a little more pain to my hand because the amount of force it's implying to my hand per square inch, we'll say, is greater. All right, so we talked about a bunch of future videos. We'd love to know my raw max again. Now, what was it, April 2020? Let's just give you some history. One of the gyms I was at was doing a bench, deadlift, squat competition. And I won't tell you my squat or deadlift numbers, but bench press, I did it. It was over a course of a month, I think. So I maxed out 3 different times just to get on the scoreboard, because there weren't that many actual people on there for bench. I started with the 315 one week. Eventually I got up to, I think, 360 on there. Had more in me. Did not, go back and do it again. So that was me in Hawaii. Now, fast forward, here I am in Africa. I got up to 340 for 6 reps. So you can only imagine, you did a 1 rep max of 360, and now you can do 340 for 6 reps. What is my max at that point? And oh yeah, I'm doing 315 for at least 8. With no slingshot. So what does that tell you? What was my max before the injuries? Right at 380 to 400, right? Somewhere in there. Now the slingshot, here I am doing considerable weight, comparative weight. We did, of course we failed, but we did what did we try to do today? 323. And we failed on rep number 8, I think it was. That's pretty comparative to where we were before the injury. So it just, it feels good. It feels good to be able to lift heavy, even though you're using training aid. Even though not everybody's going to appreciate it, there's those individuals that are completely raw, which I understand, and I was like that before my injuries, before I needed the help. There is no doubt, though, folks, using one of these, if you have to because of physical issues, it'll get you stronger. There is no doubt when I look at myself in the mirror that this has had an effect. Just coming down here training, using the Slingshot to get through the pain. And there's a hell of a lot of pain, but so we have to be trained smarter. I think the next time I max out, if I do it again, I might not even do it again. I gotta have a spotter down here, even with the spotter bars. I don't want to have the weight come back down. I'd rather have them grab it like, oh, yeah, you're not gonna make it. But the last time when we did 377, I shot that shit up. Made me think, oh, I should be able to get 382. So we'll do that the next time, assuming there is a next time. And decline, we did 381, way easy. The day I did that, I believe 400 could have been done. Well, once again, the weight is traveling less distance. All right. And I think you get a little more back in decline if you have big lats and you can control the weight. That's where it's going to help you. If you have no back and you have no coordination, decline is not going to be your friend. All right. So here we go. I may go a little wider. Hey, there's another thing that could be the difference. I'm not going very wide compared to, I think, the day I did the 320 for 9. And so maybe we'll do that on this set. All right, folks. 4 to 6 would be nice. I did not get far enough away from the rack. Whenever, you guys may have this problem, but whenever I hit the rack, hit the pins, whatever, it screws me up. And there was a classic example of it. All right, so we got two things we're gonna do here. We're gonna try, I think we're gonna try a 315 raw. And we'll drop down to, after that, I think we'll try and do, we're gonna rep out what weight I'm gonna do. I gotta make these videos different every week, right? Different weights. But we're either gonna do 240. I think we'll try 240. Actually, fuck it. I'm gonna do 245 after this with the Slingshot. So I need a rug in here, right? I don't want the power rack all the way against the wall. I'm wondering if I can get a 6-foot rug. That puts it right about here, which means my feet might be off the carpet, so that's not such a good thing. But for the sake of a video, I don't think you guys would notice if I didn't spend the extra $100. Whoa, almost jacked up my best camera. Well, actually from that camera angle, you probably can see it. But I was pricing out this industrial grade carpet, 6 by 18, I think it was. 6 foot by 18. That would put it right about here. That would cover this entire length to where that camera's sitting. That would, what would that do for me, folks? That would get me, obviously, a better looking flooring. Then for $33, I can get 33, I think it was 33 3D tiles, black. If we go 2 rows off the bottom, we would need, I'd have to buy 2 packs, right? So that kind of sucks. Now I've also thought, should I put a baseboard in? You know, what color would the baseboard be? So if we went, let's see, if I went with 3 rows of the tiles, that would put it right about here. And that actually worked good for a mirror and a mirror here. And then maybe just in this area, we would go, you know what? I need to change this up. How stupid would it look if I had a, let's say, a 4x4 mirror right behind this. Then I went 2 rows that way, 2 rows that way, all around the wall. Now, actually, from this side, you'd probably want to go, you'd want to have a big side view so you can see yourself. So I need a 4x4 on this wall. Let's see, this camera's reversed, right? So when you look at this later, it would look to my left, but it's really my right side. Where the dumbbells are. That wall, another 4x4 over there. 4x4 in the middle here, 2 rows around this, just to make it look, you know, kind of spiffy. And then we would paint the ceiling. Either paint the ceiling, or I could get more of those 3D tiles. I think that'd look pretty spiffy. Now the secret would be if I could do it when Mrs. Noble's away, because if she was gone, then we could get away with it and go, oh, I already did that, sorry. Too bad. And then I don't feel like ever finishing the rest of the basement, or this part. Now, considering I've already half-assed the rest of it, if I got enough money, bring in some workers. Maybe I could find, you know, go to a job site and find some drywall guys that come over here and do this, but on their weekends or something, or their day off. Come in, bang out, finish this room off, go into the next room, and get that set up, because I'm going to need an overflow area for equipment. That would give us 300, I'm thinking 300 square foot, maybe 400, depending on how far we go into the other area. And that, folks, that should be enough until this channel just, you know, goes ridiculously big, right? You guys pray for me out there that I will go big, just like our bench press. All right, so I think we've recovered. We're gonna try this. I had to come in a little closer on my grip, and we did 280 raw. I think it was for 7, might have been 6. And bad as my math is, it might have been 5. But there's no reason somebody that can do that cannot do 315, except for the fact that they're hurting. All right, so we'll do this. If we're successful, we're probably not going to go any heavier. We'll just sit here and estimate. Yeah, I could do more. All right. And I'll tell you one thing I didn't do right is this bench is out of place. All right, so if it fails, we'll We'll just let it rest on my chest, roll it back, roll it towards my neck, head area, and then we'll escape out. So, that's pretty easy. I say that. You know, how many reps, how many sets did we do, right? We have done, well, you actually saw the thing was leaning either right or left. That's the difference in the shoulder right there. But it went up no problem. I would fully expect raw with my injuries. We would get 335 for one. Now, is that, you know, does that get me excited? No, it does not. But we'll go on. We'll just wonder how much more can we do. I'm just glad, actually, I can say, yeah, I can still do 315 raw. And after, how many sets have we done? Oh my God. Like, not that I count the warm-up ones, but we'll count them anyways. 135, 155, 185, 225, 280 raw. Then we went straight to the big weight, had a failure of 323. 323. Then we did, what was it, 330 or 320, 327. Then we did 330. And then we did that. So I've already lost track. It's so many sets. Maxing out at that point, folks. Yeah, I was pretty warm, but realistically, that's not, that obviously is not my max, right? I mean, I'm getting a good warm up in and then going for it. So today we could have did 335. On a different day where I'm fresh and all I'm doing is concentrating on boom, boom, hitting a couple reps at a weight, going up, boom, boom, couple reps, resting. Next time we come out, 320, 330, 340, 350, whatever. Yeah, damn. That makes me wonder, folks, am I even getting that much out of the Slingshot, right? I mean, you'll see rep-wise I'm getting it, but on the high end, if I'm thinking I can still do 340 to 350 for one rep, and yet with the Slingshot I can only do 377, that's not even 10%. Or any of the other Slingshots, right? Because none of them, maybe the one Chinese one that's even stiffer than this thing, maybe that one would get me 380 something, but I think, honest to gosh, we're not getting as big a benefit out of it as I thought we were. Except for the reps. You're not going to see me doing 315 for 8, 9, 10 like I just did one. I did one friggin' rep, but yeah. All right. I could be wrong. Maybe we're only at 335. God, doesn't that just make you guys want to see me try heavier? Huh? Let's see if the old guy can break himself. All right, so I gotta stretch out. You know what I didn't do? I like to do this little stretch, work my rear delts. One thing I've been really trying to hammer those rear delts. You know, those of you who watch Sam Sulik, he's really been hammering his rear delts, and it's showing when you see him from the side. Oh my God. And in some of my videos where I do a pump check, you can just start to see, not on the left side, but on the, this is my right side, where this camera's reversed. Obviously you can see the Weight Slayer logo. But yeah, we're starting to really see the definition here. We want that same thing happen on the left side. I dropped 20 pounds. Oh my God, folks. There will be a huge difference. My wife might actually think I'm attractive if I lost 20 pounds. Right? So, all right. 245. I don't know how many reps I could do with this on a flat bench raw. My record on decline was 22 or 24. We'll just say 24. Hell, nobody can check that, right? You guys can't go back. There's no video that exists for that. So there's probably 22, but we'll just say 24. That's just ridiculous, right? That is a lot of reps. Now today with the Slingshot, we hope to hit those same number of reps or more. I think last week we did 235. We only got 25 reps. You know, I'm like, can I hit 30 reps? And in my head, I counted 30. Then I watched the video, and we weren't even close to it. Not even freaking close. 5 is not close. Should we go to failure, folks? You know, that's the other question. And I'd honestly like to take these damn gloves off, put my wrist or lifting straps on, but I have a tendency to go real wide, and that will jack up your wrist. All right, so we're gonna do a lot of, maybe won't call them full reps, but we're gonna do a lot of reps. All right, here we go. Might have been able to get one more. So, I don't know what that was. I think it was disappointingly low. Well, folks, weight slayer, another bench workout. So if you never watch all the other ones, you will see we do try do things differently.